Hello, Websy Wongy here. This is like the third time I'm trying to make this video. I was trying to make it last night, but since I woke up, I'm gonna try to make it again. I wanted to do a recap of what video I did, of what happened this year, kind of what happened this year, but mainly just to encourage those who feel like giving up and feel like there's nothing to look forward to in this new year of 2018. I just want to say that I've been there. This past year, there were many times, with me losing friends, with me going through drama, with me going through a lot of issues with people and stuff, that it's made me stronger. And it's easy to look at what's happened this year as a setback. It's easy to look at this year and say, I can't complete anything in my life, or I can't do anything. And this year me trying to get a job was so difficult, and I'm still looking. And it's gotten me to the point of discouragement even right now, trying to look for a job. And it's not the fact of looking for a job, it's the fact of finding a job close enough that I can go to. But anyways, if you are one of those individuals who are going through health issues, who are going through setbacks in life, and you look at 2018 as, oh, there's no value there. Well, first of all, I would like to say, you don't know the future. And second of all, if you are going through these health issues, I'm here to say I've been there. And my experience 2 years ago, I had a hand issue called contact dermatitis. Basically, that's where your hand breaks out. There's many different cases of them. Mine started out as pretty much because I would use hand sanitizer a lot. I would wash dishes at McDonald's at my job, and I started getting these cuts, like a not a splinter, but like paper cuts. And then it got worse, and it got to almost look like boils on my hands. And then my hands started looking like I got a burn. And so what I found out too, and I even asked the people in McDonald's, the people who worked there, that there was chemicals in the soap. So every time I would wash the dishes and it was hot water, I would try to not have it scalding water, but hot. It would make my hand break out, and it got really bad. And for almost 2 years, I had to deal with this hand issue where, if you can see my hand, it looks like that. I'm not trying to say that, everyone will have to go through a health issue and recover. Wonderful. Some people don't even have the support from family. But I am here to say that, there are many nights I would be up and stressed out. Some days I wouldn't even want to be around people, because every time people irritated me and stressed me out, or I felt drained around them, it would react to my hand more because I'm so under stress. And that was another thing I've learned. When you're under a lot of stress, even from a nurse, that your body reacts more to whatever's happening to your body. Like, my hand got worse because of the stress I was put under. But I wanted to encourage those who are going through health issues or going through a loss of something in their life, that no matter how hard it gets, and I know people say, don't give up. I know people told me, look at your hand issue as something you can learn. And one thing I learned from my hand issue, this is just me, is I had to call out to God. It was the only way I would be healed, because I tried doing it myself. I tried everything possible to fix my hand issue, but a lot of our health issues has to do with our gut, and it has to do with our heart. Because if our heart is not aligned right, and we're not eating the proper things, and who knows, maybe you're eating the proper things. Like for me at a time, I had to look at everything I was eating. Some things would react to my body and I had to cut it out. And I would drink teas. I would find any way possible to get it cleared up. But I can say from experience, the one way I overcame this hand issue, and like I showed you my hand, is calling out to God. You know, you may not believe in God, you may not have faith in God, but I'm telling you from experience, He's helped me. And, you know, I'm saying He can help anyone. And, you know, maybe you've already called out to God and He hasn't answered. Well, I'm here to tell you, too, He wants to know your faith, if your faith is strong. And sometimes we question God, question why we have all these things happen when everyone goes scot-free in life. Well, the truth is everyone goes through their own battles. And that's where we get wrong, is we start focusing on what others have, and we start focusing on, you know, that they have, you know, let's say they have a relationship with someone, but we're alone and no one's supporting us. And like, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to feel in diver's need, that no one's there to support you. And yes, when I had my hand issue, I had family there who supported me. I think my mom helped me the most through it, because she actually took me to a hospital. But I'm not trying to sound better than anyone. I'm just saying, in this new year, I know it's going to be tough. I know you may look at it as a negative point, but it's not the end of the world. If you got friends, if you got air to breathe, if you got a mind, it may not be stable, but if you got those things, there is a certain reason why God have you on this earth, not just to give up. Because there was a time my hand caused me so much drama and stress of going through the hand issue that I just wanted someone to cut it off, cut it off. But you know what? It's made me stronger. And especially the things that I've gone through this year, it made me stronger. You know, if I didn't go through the hand issue, if I didn't go through the trauma I went through this year even, you know, how can I help anyone who's going through that? I would be clouded. I would be so focused. Everything's going right in my life. But you know what? It's not like that. In normal life, everyone has a battle, whether they're rich, whether they're poor, whether they're homeless. Everyone has their own journey to face. And for us to say, oh, their life is better than ours, is not the truth. They're going through struggles on their own that they may not even tell you about. But I'm here to say, in my own experience and things that I faced this year, and things with my hand issue, or if anyone's going through health issues, I know a few friends of mine are going through health issues, is not to give up and think that this is the last of it all. You know, just because a new year's coming doesn't mean we have to waller in it and get stuck. When I think of a new year, I always do this, and I'll close. When I think of a new year, and listen when I say this, when I think of a new year, I think of new opportunities, new things to do. I don't think of, I'm going to go into this new year as stuck as a rut and not doing anything with my life. My goal in mind for this year, I need to definitely sink in and get this job. I need to get a job. So that is a new opportunity. I haven't worked a job 2 years, so take it or leave it. But try not to let what's happening to you right now destroy you, to feel like, oh, I'm going to give up. There's more to life. And friends are there to support you, whether you feel like no one's there. And that's the best thing. And then you got God. I'm sorry to say it, but God is the answer.